matter of fact, listeners know this. I was the first boat on scene when the bridge collapsed in St. Petersburg.
No,
you weren't even around.
I didn't. I had those guys on the podcast, 2 of the rescue divers that pulled all the bodies out of the water.
I was the first one there. I got newspaper clippings of me picking up kids and babies and all the debris. You know, a bus went off. Greyhound bus went off. And it was crushed. I got picked. I even got the newspapers from 40 years ago. And I actually have that. And I'll show it one day. I was the first boat, Coast Guard Station Cortez, which was our area. It was on this side of the Sunshine Skyway. So we got an alarm goes off, and it says, a boat hits the bridge. That happened all the time. We go pick a fucking boat, starts sinking, and we help. That's what we did, the Coast Guard. It was I think it was the Summit Venture.
Yep.
It was the Summit Venture, hit the bridge, and I have pictures of the fucking bridge hanging over the front of the Summit Venture. Mm-hmm. And there was a car on the thing.
Dangling off the edge.
Well, it wasn't dangling. It was on it like that. It wasn't dangling.
It wasn't actually over the edge.
But there was a piece that was like facing downward. Like
exactly.
The audience know. And and actually when we got there, it was eerily quiet because it was fog. And we look up, holy fuck. And then you're seeing debris and all this, and of course everything was cold. And it took them 30 days to raise. No, that was the Blackthorn. I don't know if you know about that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The Blackthorn was Coast Guard guys, and one of those guys, guy went to boot camp with. So that Blackthorn was a Coast Guard buoy tender, 180-foot buoy tender that got hit by the Capricorn. The Capricorn hits the Coast Guard cutter buoy. They crisscross, and the anchor of the Capricorn flips the Coast Guard boat, and it went down in 90 seconds. And 20 or 23 or 25 sailors died.
Really?
Coast Guard. And they were entombed in there, in the boat. Oh. And they couldn't lift them up until... Of course, there are currents, and it's very tough. Well, I bet the guys on here were divers, I'll tell you.
The guys that were on here were DOT divers. So their job was to inspect all the bridges in Florida. That's what they did. And they were the first guy. They claimed when they first got there was one boat. I think they said it was a Coast Guard boat there when they first got there. And then, Eckerd College sent a bunch of boats out.
Oh, we actually, on Anna Marie Island is where they had they set up a command center. But the Coast Guard ran that whole operation.
Okay.
Obviously, anything in the waterways, the Coast Guard runs. And we did all the search and rescue and then the ops. And then even when they were, doing debris, we had to set up perimeters and all that for boats and everybody. Right. I got great paper articles. I still got them. I just looked at them. I have what they call a disaster album. Because I was here for the Coast Guard bridge, Coast Guard cutter Blackthorn.
Right.
Matter of fact, I was just staying on the Skyway Bridge. At a rest stop with my RV, and there's a memorial there for the Coast Guard cutter Blackthorn.
Really?
And I didn't see it. It was nighttime, but I'm gonna go back there and see it. I saw it, a sign for it, and I do know there was one.
Did they move that ship after it sunk, or did they leave it?
Oh no! They lifted it up. That's a channel.
I've dove.
I'm a diver too.
I dove the Blackthorn. I think the boat's out there. I think
they might have put it somewhere else.
They might have, yeah.
I don't know. It's not under the bridge for sure.
No. It's way offshore. It's a couple miles. It's
I don't know if they. Are you sure it's the Blackthorn?
I'm 90% positive.
I'm gonna look that one up because the Blackthorn, obviously, it was. I don't think it is. I'll tell you why. There were people who died in it. They were entombed in it, and they got them out. Obviously, when it did this, but they actually suffocated. They didn't drown. There was an airport talking about they couldn't get to.
Oh, they got the air toxicity.
Well,
or whatever?
They died air,
right?
Air, obviously, and there were, I think 13 or 12 sailors in the engine room that was sealed, and they actually wrote stuff on the walls of the Blackthorn, I love you, hon, or whatever it was. And it was kind of sad because we were picking those guys up, and when they came up, and it took 30 days to lift up. The currents and everything are very bad under that bridge.
Oh yeah,
and you're a diver.
I've never dove under the Skyway.
No, you can't. It's not legally allowed. It's a channel, number one.
Right.
Have you ever dove down in Keys?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Do you ever dive on the not the that's Fort Lauderdale, the Dauntless?
No, I haven't. I haven't done many ship.
You have to be a master diver or an advanced diver at least, and I was a NAUI instructor, and because the current is so bad, if that you drop down one side of the ship down a line, and when you're going down, you're looking like a flag. And if you got shit, if you let go of that thing, they're gonna pick you up 5 miles away.
Jeez.
They literally, they don't stop anything. They'll pick you up on a sandbar is what happens. Anyway, there's great diving down there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then and the barracudas and all that
insane.
shit. Yeah.
It's insane.
I did a lot of diving back when I was in the Coast Guard, especially in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, I dove on a Jap Zero that was out there. You know, then there's what they call the blowholes and stuff. And, you know.
I remember growing up around here, especially, we were always like watching Jackass. We were big fans of, like, Manny Quigg. And Manny Quigg was always like a champion commercial free diver, and he would enter these big spearfishing tournaments and win them. And he was competing against scuba divers, and he was free diving.
Wow.
And dude, he's a madman. He made me those tridents over there. And now he actually hunts fish with tridents, and he kills boars with tridents and shit, and gators.
Crazy stuff.
He's a fucking psycho.
So do you do a lot of diving still?
Yeah, not as much as I used to, but I do it as much as I can. I mainly do a lot of free diving, not so much scuba anymore. But yeah, I'm always in the water.
I haven't dove since before I went away.
Okay.
And it's just timing, and then you're supposed to go get recertified. It's been so 20 years.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, it's not a big deal, obviously. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to be a diver. But you got to know your shit, especially if you're going to go in currents and certain ways.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, we used to do cave diving, where we would take our tanks off and get through the fucking caves.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. I became, because of prison, I became claustrophobic. I'm fucking severe claustrophobic. Now, I can see there's light there, so I can get out that window. So I'm all right. Or the door. But I mean, I couldn't, like, forget an MRI machine. Not even fucking close. They got to knock me out. I mean, literally anesthesia.
Yeah, I've almost died cave diving, free diving through caves in the Cayman Islands before. We used to do this thing where we would dive this ship. We would free dive this ship in Grand Cayman, and we would go down. The top of the ship was maybe like 10 feet, and the bottom was 20. Like 50 feet.
Wow, that's deep. Free diving?
We would free dive, and what we would do, we would start at the bow, and we would work our way through the ship, breathing air pockets.
I was just going to ask you, there had to be air pockets in there.
We would find little air pockets, take a deep breath, and then we'd keep going to find another air pocket.
Holy, that's pretty crazy.
That's fucked up, man. It was stupid.
We used to go in the caves in Hawaii, and the moray eels would be their teeth, holy shit. And I said, well, but we were fearless, man. I was a young kid. I was in my 20s, man. I didn't give a fuck about anything. And then I was a bosun mate. I don't know if you know what that is. That's like the guy who runs the ship.
Okay.
I became a boat captain, you know, not a captain, like, you're full of a ship. Yes, but you know those Coast Guard boats, those 41-foot, 44-foot motorboat? I was the captain of one of those. And I used to go out and rescue people 50 miles out, 70 miles. We used to have to do shit that the kids today didn't have to. We had to navigate with a sextant if you had to know how. We didn't have to fucking hit a button shit. I mean, you know, we had Loran. Actually, I was in the Coast Guard when Loran A went away. And then there was the Loran C. You don't even know what that is.
No, I have no idea.
Loran, they had these stations all over, would shoot singles, and that's how you picked up. Obviously, they didn't have satellite back then. You know, they didn't have all the communication shit.
Right.
We had actually what they call dead reckoning. You actually, like, if there was someone 50 miles out on the Gulf over here, and I've been out 70 miles out there, you know, how do you get there? There's no fucking traffic light. Like, when I come to your studio today, go down, make a left on Oak, Oak, whatever it is, go down. You know, GPS is telling me everything.
Yep.
And back then, you know, you can't, they'll give you a coordinates, right? And they'll give you, whatever your latitude and longitude is. And they'll say, we're here, we're dead in the water, we need help, the boat's sinking, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you fucking, boom, you put it on a chart, and you have the fucking balls of the wall out there. You don't just get out there. I mean, because if you went that direct line, you would end up 10 miles away and never see him because the currents and the set and drift would take you wherever.
Right.
So you had to do what they call navigation. You had to set, drift, and all this on a chart. And you had to know what you're doing. Today, these kids hit a button. Fucking take me here.
Takes them there.
But what if it goes? I always tell them, what happens if that breaks? Well, we have a backup. What if that breaks? Now what the fuck you do? Do you know how to fucking navigate by the stars to get home?
Right.
I mean, you go the wrong way, you're done. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm old. Maybe I am too
I've never
fucking old.
I've never thought about it. I've never even thought about it.
No, it's something I didn't expect. You know, I've gotten over, like, I'm easygoing now. Yeah. Very easygoing. Listen, I've been through too much in my life to fucking let things really bother me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just something that doesn't